What is up, guys? It's Professor Clues here, and we are continuing with our career mode. And yes, we are looking to beef up the defence a bit because I think that's where we're lacking. And I was sort of looking at the fullbacks in particular because we've got Juan Fran, who's our weakest player in the starting 11, and we've also got Felipe. They're two of our weakest players in the starting 11, and we haven't got many other fullbacks really. The other few fullbacks are like 60 odd rated, so not very good indeed. And then I was also looking at the likes of Crescito and Marcelo, and then I saw Laba as well. He's got a pretty good potential, I think. I can imagine so, being only 20 and already a 78 rated. He was going to have a good potential. But I was looking to change the budget a bit because quite a lot of the players have sort of got quite high transfer sort of predicted values, I guess, what apparently they're worth, even though you always have to pay more. So I was looking to increase away transfer budget and maybe pick up a Laba because he had such a low wage budget. I could maybe pick him up, and I was looking to pay about 10 million for him, even though they wanted between 10 million and 14 million, I think it was. And I think we got it declined further on. You'll find out that we get it declined. And then we play Real Betis in our first game for this episode. We're going to play 5 games this episode, and that's what we're going to do with every other time. And then Benash scores a header, as you can see there. A bit disappointing to concede that, but Benash is a really good player. He was quite hard to break down actually. But this is not sped up in any way, just to let you know. As you can see, we actually lose the ball, but we gain it back, and it falls to Neymar, as you'll see coming up, and he manages to turn a defender, and then he got a bit lucky with the shot, but thankfully he scored on his debut, which is just fantastic, and to do a backflip to finish it off, which is really cool, I guess. But that was actually the 2 goals in such quick succession, and it actually finished 1-1. I am only going to show the goals. I don't see the point in doing anything else. I don't want to make the episodes too long. But like I said, I was looking at the fullbacks again. I was looking at Crescito specifically because as well as playing left back, he can play centre back, and he's got great pace, great potential, and he would be a fantastic signing. Whether or not I could pick him up, I don't think I could, because they wanted they wanted a lot of money, basically. They wanted 12 million at least for him, and I only had 10 million at the time, so I was looking to give away a player possibly, but I couldn't sign him because there was just like no players that I could sell. That, yeah, it's just difficult. And then our deadline day comes up, and we were looking to, like I said, sort of improve the defence, and we were looking at the centre backs as well, because even though we've got Godin and Miranda, I was looking to sort of improve the defence, because I think at the moment we are conceding too many goals, especially if we want to win the league. Unfortunately, I don't think there's really many that were that cheap that were good. Had good potential. I was also looking to get Ferres from Juventus, but unfortunately they wanted 12.5 million, and I couldn't buy him at all. But I was still trying my hardest to get someone just to possibly improve it, and I was looking now to maybe improve the centre defensive mid position, because Gabi, as good as he might be at being 80 rated, he is getting on a bit, and I was looking to maybe get a bit more pace in there, just to spice it up a bit, I guess. And I think I looked at Paulinho. Yeah, Paulinho. He's got a good pace, and I think he can play defensive mid. Not too sure about that. And then we were sort of just looking through, and I was actually thinking Fellaini, but unfortunately with the update he changed the centre attacking mid, which I was a bit annoyed about. And then I was looking for a guy called Casemiro, I think that's how you say his name. Most of you might know him from MGH's career mode with Arsenal. Unfortunately, he'd just been put on loan to the Real Madrid B team from Sao Paulo. But he would be a really good signing because he's really cheap and all that jazz. And I was also looking at Romelu. I think that's how you say his name. I can't say half these names. I don't think. He's meant to have a really good potential. And also Gonalons, again, very young. Not the paciest players, and obviously I want to maybe get a bit more pace in there, but he'd be a pretty good signing. Then I also looked for Kadira, but fortunately his wage budget is just too high. And if I was to even reduce the wage budget, increase the wage budget, the transfer budget would go down and I just wouldn't have enough to pay for him. So there's just no way I could buy him. Then I was looking for the centre backs again, but also a bit of pace in there as well, just to sort of have a look around. And I was thinking sort of Nkulu, but he is valued at 11 million, so there's no way I could get him. Shawnee maybe. Yeah. And then I was looking at Coyote, but his potential isn't particularly good, even though he is a rock at the back. So I've heard. I was also looking at Danilo because he can play centre mid, but he can't play defensive mid. He can play centre mid, but not defensive mid. But we could have changed the formation a bit, possibly, if we wanted. Again, I was just sort of messing around with it, sort of changing the overall and the pace and all that. And then we come across a guy called De Siligio, as you can see there, for AC Milan. And he's just got a really good potential. I think he becomes like an 85. And we put in a 7.9 million bid for him, and we get that instantly accepted. And I decided to give him 35k. He asked for 30k, and I told him he was going to be an important player. But unfortunately, he didn't accept that contract because he feels that he wants to stay in Italy. Being Italian, he might I'm guessing that's quite realistic because maybe he just wants to. Maybe he feels he might get a bit homesick, I suppose. It's the right way of describing it. But I was really willing to buy this guy because he would be a really fantastic signing. He could play centre back as well, which is just really good. So I actually put in a 50k wage budget offer in. Hopefully he could definitely accept that. That's 20 more than he wanted, which is really good. And I think we actually get the offer accepted. As you can see there, De Siligio about to become our final signing for us in this summer transfer window, and he would be a really good signing. I know he would. And then we were coming up against Hannover 96, who are a Europa League team. Well, they're a German team, but we were playing them in the Europa League. And I actually found out, I didn't show you this on the video, but I actually got injured, and I was a bit upset about that. Out for 2 months, so I had to put De Siligio in the centre back position, which I was actually pretty happy about doing because he's got great pace. But Neymar just watched this for a goal, second goal in as many games for us. Just ran from 35 yards and then just buries it, finessing it into the bottom corner. What a goal that was. And then we get another goal. Great ball by Rodriguez, who's been quite a good player for us actually, and then just nodded home by Adrian, quite comically I think. But unfortunately they get a late goal, which I was a bit disappointed about, but at least we won the game. And then we go straight into our next game, which is Valencia. And here, what a ball by Rodriguez there, and then Neymar putting it across for Adrian to finish, which was just a really good goal. And then I think we get we concede one now. Courtois coming out, runs back in, but the header comes in, and I don't know what Courtois is doing. I don't know how he didn't reach that at all. But we get another goal again. Rodriguez playing it across to Adrian, who just slots it home there. But again, we concede, crossing it in, and then Javi Fuego, who scored the first goal as well for them, scoring a header. But watch this for a goal by Gyron. What a goal there, showing off his long shot there. And he was going to be a really good signing if he could grab 3 more goals. I know he would. And that was actually the final goal of that game, so we managed to win that as well. Then we come up against Valladolid. I can't say the team name. But Neymar demonstrating his pace once more, and then just watch this first shot. Straight into the top corner there. Great goal by Mr. Neymar Jr. and then they actually go on to score, as you'll see in a second after this goal, because my defending is rubbish. To fair, it was actually a really good finish, but I sort of saw it coming. And I seriously need to improve my defence, I think. When we come up against Standard Liège in the Europa League again, and we were actually battering them, but unfortunately they counter-attacked and they scored with a header with Nagai, if that's his name. Anyways, we actually score here. Adrian showing his pace, intercepting that ball, that loose ball, and then finishing it very well. And that was actually the last goal of the whole of this episode. So yeah, 3 draws and 2 wins. A bit disappointed about that, but yeah, hopefully we can improve. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and it'd be great if you subscribed. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.